Okay, so I've got a 2002 Nissan Xterra here. Purchased it for $300 because it's got two valves busted, confirmed busted in the engine. Overall quality is very good. Car looks superb. Body wise, interior looks good, but got a little engine work to do. Really making this initial video to document where stuff is, give myself a good overview, good look of placement of parts, and giving me a good idea of how to put it back together. It's very important to make sure I try to get as close together as possible. It's a lot of stuff I gotta swap out. Initially took the battery off. No battery in the car. One thing I noticed is that the ground got put a red terminal on it, so that's definitely something to remember. It runs right to the body, right there. So this is the ground. This is positive. This is negative. Obviously, somebody didn't realize that, and a little weld job there. Kind of hard to take the terminals off, but they're off. Say a little leakage too. I'll clean that up. But it's something I want to definitely get kind of an understanding of the layout of everything. So this is kind of my initial look. I'm gonna do slow pans of wherever everything is. You know, get good close-ups if I can. I've got a good light on the camera right now to do a little camera mode, but what I'm trying to do is I do have external lights kind of, you know, give me a nice bright engine bay to work on. So the distributor, try to map out exactly where all of them will go, and I'm gonna mask all this stuff. Labeling is gonna be very important. Making sure I know exactly where stuff goes. Cable lines and stuff there. I am going to be doing the knock sensor as well. Probably I've seen some mods online to do a remote knock sensor as well, so that it's not horribly difficult to change it out if need be. But the knock sensor is like way inside underneath the intake manifold, way down there. So you basically have to remove the heads anyway, but I'm going to be definitely doing that. Airbox, coolant lines. I'm definitely going to do the hoses, might as well. I mean, taking the damn radiator off anyways, and they're not really expensive. $9 a pop, I think, something like that. So it's just, you know, something you don't have to worry about later on. You know, you're doing it anyways. You're doing the water pump anyways. You might as well. The main reason why I really bought this was that even though there are, you know, it's got a couple bent valves. He said that when the guy I bought it from said that when the bent valves happened and the car just stopped working, he was in a parking lot, backing up out of a parking spot. I wouldn't have even considered this if he had been like highway speed or something like that, but with it being just from a parking spot and not really high revving, that gives me hope that there's not going to be much of damage or any damage to the block. Obviously, cylinder head's gonna is something that I'm gonna have to definitely take a look at, and whether or not there's any damage to that. But right now, I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that we're not going to see any significant damage in the heads. Definitely not on the block, and normally I have to replace two valves. That's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario is something's totally jacked up, and I'm gonna have to get the heads replaced, or the worst case scenario would be new engine. But for the amount of money I paid for it to the amount of money it costs for a crate engine from maybe Japan, like 50,000 miles on it, VG33E, and this is not supercharged one. I got quoted $1,500. So overall, even if I rip this apart, like, no, there's a lot of damage to it. You know, $2,000 max. That's ridiculous. $2,000 for a 2002, great interior. You know, it's got 140,000 miles on it, so it's definitely, you know, not super high mileage, but it's definitely got some miles on it. It gives me good high hopes, really. High hopes to get this thing back on the road. No problems, you know, just a little engine work. You know, the guy really, he wasn't really interested in it because he took it to a dealership, and the dealership, or stealership, quoted him with trying to get it fixed, or even traded it in, $3,000 to fix it, which is well past what he was interested in paying for it. And to trade it in for another car, they were only offering him like, I don't know, $300-400. And it's like, so I expressed interest before, and he remembered. He's like, "You want to buy it?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah! Are you kidding me? Such a deal." But so, you know, my luck, he sold it to me for a really good price, and I'm able to, you know, hopefully reap the benefits by doing some definite work. And this is why really I'm taking this video, to give myself a good idea. I'm trying to get all these different angles, trying to give myself a good view of where everything is bolt wise. I'm gonna be labeling, I'm gonna be bagging all bolts, all nuts, you know, laying it out on a table, and I'll definitely show my table after I get the heads off the radiator and everything. But I'm really gonna try to be super anal about everything. It's just gonna give myself a better understanding of where everything goes. Now, granted, I've worked on some trucks before, and you know, you get like a baggie full of bolts, or you get like hoses everywhere, or hoses being disconnected, or vacuum lines, or anything like that. So this is why I'm just doing this video. It's just trying to give myself a good reference to where everything's placed right now, and give myself a good idea of how it should look when I get it back together. I mean, that's my biggest concern right now, is I get it back together and it's totally just, whoops, I missed that, or I missed this, and I have to rip it all apart again to fix this or fix that. You know, that's my probably worst fear right now. And you know, I'm not an expert, I'm not a pro, I don't do this all day. I'm definitely an amateur, but I've got experience ripping off heads, experience, you know, knowing how engines work. I'm just, you know, not super confident in making sure that I get everything back into place, the right area. You know, and that's my biggest concern, is really just making sure that I get all the hoses back connected, all the lines, you know, hooked up right, all the stuff lubricated that needs to be lubricated. Obviously, the brake booster, we don't really need to worry about that too much, but definitely there's going to be lines that get disconnected off of that, because that's obviously hooked up to the intake manifold right there. But I think this is a good long video. Hopefully they'll give me a good overview. I'm gonna start labeling stuff, probably make another one just to kind of show what I've labeled and stuff like that. I'm gonna take a lot of pictures too. That's another big thing, is I can study those. But the video is good because I can get angles of stuff that I might not necessarily have looked at before. You know, try to do a lot of zoom ins and, you know, hold areas, making sure everything gets memorized and documented. I mean, documentation for me is huge. I might put this on YouTube. Who knows? If there's any interest, or maybe this helps somebody out, great. But that's it. Thanks very much, guys.